Welcome back. So this is the first episode of Pause Pod of 2022. I first want to give a shout out to Jacob and Ben. This is probably going to be the new home for the podcast in Liverpool. So shout out to you guys. And yeah, the first guest we've got for today is Beth. Beth,
Quinny.
how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. It's been a mad couple months for everyone, I think.
Definitely.
But I wanted to get to know, obviously you do OnlyFans. Just get straight to it, to be honest. Before we get into that, I wanted to know, like, where are you from? Like, where'd you grow up?
So I'm from York. My
Yeah.
mum lives in York, but I grew up in Wales, and now I live in Milton Keynes.
How long were you in Wales for?
Only till I was about 11, I think. Yeah, so not really, only childhood really.
Only childhood. And how old are you now?
I'm 25.
25.
Don't talk about that though.
Nah, you're not good for 25. It's all right. So yeah, when did you have an idea that you wanted to get into like the sex industry?
So the first thing I did, I was a stripper.
How old are you?
And I was 18. Freshly 18. So I went on, I worked in this pub, and this girl worked with me, and she got some like money from, I think, an uncle that died or something. And she was like, right, I'm going to take us both to Kavos for our like first holiday. And as soon as I got there, like the first week, the guy at the strip club came up to me and he was like, you are going to be a stripper. Like, you have that look. I was like, whoa, okay. I thought about it for a little bit, and then I was like, right, I'm gonna come work for you, but I want to be a waitress.
Yeah.
And I think I was a waitress for about 2 hours, and I was like, nah, I'm making the money that these girls are making. So yeah, that's when it all started. But I didn't start doing OnlyFans till I was about 21 or 22.
So you've been doing it for like 3-4 years.
Yeah,
4
yeah.
years. And you probably got into it as well when it wasn't as big as it is now.
Well, yeah, for the first, I did Admire Me for the first year, I think. But I was like traveling and stuff, so I didn't really put any like that much like effort into it.
What was the reason that made you want to get into it? Was it just like at the time?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to travel. I just wanted to make money and travel.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of like the stripper girls that I was working with were doing it, and to be honest, a lot of strippers like look down on it.
Really?
Yeah, like it's
That's a bit
kind
weird.
of it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like so like when I was a stripper, like all these other girls were doing it, and I was thinking. Not like but I was just like, ooh,
intrigued.
like yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of
Well, I can imagine as well, like I said, because it was only like now OnlyFans and like all that, like there's so many creators, but back then, like
it was like it wasn't really a thing. Yeah, exactly.
And as well, like I can imagine, like when you decide, okay, I want to, work in the sex industry. It's a big risk because you basically got to go all
definitely,
in, like,
because once it's there, like it's never coming offline.
Yeah, literally, and you got to just go all in and like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially when you're trying to build it, and I can imagine. Did you deal with a lot of shit from people?
Not really. Like my family have always been really supportive. They're brilliant.
When did you? So when did you tell? Did you tell your family that you were going to be a stripper?
I never really told them. Like I think it just happened. The same as when I was a stripper. It just kind of.
It kind of happened.
Yeah.
Is it one of them where they're just like?
Yeah, there was never really a conversation.
Just like, there's no need to kind of talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, we do talk about it now. My mum really, like, she really enjoys, like, the business side of it, I think. Like, she's very, like, money motivated. Like, she's very, she's always telling me, like, what to do with my money and stuff. And she thinks it's brilliant. Like, she never looks down on anything, really. So, I'm very lucky.
I think that's a big culture in, as a lad especially. I know so many people that, why would you pay for an OnlyFans?
Yeah.
But it's like the one thing that I think is so funny is there's obviously a lot of people paying for it. There's fucking so much money going around.
Yeah, girls are making over $1 million a year.
Yeah, that baddie girl, what's her name? She was
the American girl.
Yeah. She made $1 million in 6 hours.
6 hours.
6 hours. She made $1 million, and I had a Google before I came here today, and they've got over 100 million. Active users on OnlyFans.
What people that pay or
yeah, people that pay, and then there's over 1 million creators.
That's crazy.
That's a lot.
It's so crazy.
So you said that you did Admire Me as well. Like, what's the difference between?
So Admire Me was created by a stripper, Chelsea Ferguson, and I think that's why I kind of got into Admire Me, because obviously I worked in Newcastle as a stripper in Newcastle, so a lot of girls knew her. So that was kind of the platform that everyone was on.
Yeah.
But OnlyFans, it's what more well known, and it always will be more well known. No matter how many platforms people create, OnlyFans will always be the number one.
Is there a difference between how like the payment is structured? Like, because I'm presuming obviously OnlyFans
I think at Miami you actually get a bit more money because you have to pay like a transition fee or something with OnlyFans. But
so is it every transaction you?
Yeah, I think it's because it's from dollars, right?
Yeah,
so it's so it's 20%, and then it's like I don't know what it is, but it's only a small amount.
I saw that they fucking made last year. They made $2.3 billion.
Crazy. It's mental. That's what I mean. Like nothing will ever compare to OnlyFans, right? But
I mean, and the guy that started it as well. Like, I'm pretty sure there was like a family doing it.
I think he's like left now.
Has he left?
Something like that.
I think I see it on Twitter. He's a smart guy. I give you that.
But he just has like nothing to do with it really. Like there's no like really communication between creators and OnlyFans. Like it's really poor.
Is that a downside to it? I can imagine.
Definitely. Like with Admire Me, you'd get a response within hours.
So what sort of like issues would you face? Like you'd need?
Like payment issues. Like people sometimes will subscribe and then try and get their money back. And I think it's quite an easy thing to do with OnlyFans, which is a bit annoying, but. It's just that the structure of the website is so different to Admire Me. Admire Me is very, very poor compared to what OnlyFans is.
What do you think is the reason that OnlyFans is like so popular? Because you got to pay for a subscription. Obviously, people like to tip a lot as well because you can get porn for free. That's what the big argument to most people is. Why would you get an OnlyFans? Do you think it's because it's more personal?
Definitely. Yeah. Because you can like someone can message me and I'll message back. Like you wouldn't get that if you was like watching porn, obviously. You don't even really get it if you're doing like camming, or it's such a unique experience, I think. And I think it's like, I even have subscribers that just like talk to me about their day, like what they've been up to. Like not even really sexual sometimes. Like, I think they just like to have that personal connection with you.
What do you think? Obviously, you probably don't get the data, but do you think like the percentage of people that you get, do you think it's a lot of older men?
Do you know what? I don't.
Yeah, do you not think?
No, I don't. No, I think it's like, I think the range would be like maybe 21 to 40.
21 to 40?
Yeah, I think that's majority.
To be fair, because I'd think that there'd be like a lot of older men.
Yeah, you always think that, don't you?
Yeah, I think that's just probably one of the stigmas attached to it.
I don't
some
like
fat guy with
I don't think so. I really don't think so.
What do you like? So, how do you view your job? Do you view it as business or pleasure, or both?
Oh, definitely business. Yeah, there's hardly any pleasure that comes out of it.
Do you not enjoy the job?
I love my job. I love everything about my job, but it doesn't turn me on. No.
Nah. Do you not like? So you don't get a buzz out of like making content or anything?
I mean, maybe sometimes. It depends what it is, I guess. But it's not like It's just pretend, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just all pretend.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna ask. So you know how there's a bit of a trend at the moment with a lot of these girls that are wearing loads of football tops and stuff. Yeah. I can imagine that's a pretty smart all the
business moves. All the business moves.
Just get a
all the
football
anime
top
girls,
on. Yeah, I can
all the gamer girls.
Is this a thing where you're obviously like you've been doing it for 3 years now? Obviously you've built a pretty sustainable business out of it.
Yeah.
Is it something that if you're saying now that like you don't enjoy doing it as much, like you definitely see it more as a business, are you thinking about ways of how to, extract yourself from it once you've made like a decent amount of money?
Not really. I wouldn't. No, like I love my job. I really love doing it. I enjoy making content. I enjoy talking to the guys. I enjoy everything about it. It's just it just doesn't like. It's not. I don't even know how to explain it. It's not like it's bringing me pleasure all the time. Like it's not making me horny all the time, obviously, because I do it 24 hours a day and like answering messages.
How many hours would you say you work a day?
Well, my screen time's like between 8 and 12 hours a day, usually.
Oh, 12 hours a day. That's impressive, Fucking hell.
I know. Like even like Christmas Day, I'll be like on my phone, like replying. New Year's, I'm like,
every day's a money day.
Yeah, always,
How much have you made, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't want to say.
That's fair enough.
No.
So there's loads of pros and cons to obviously what you do.
Yeah.
I can imagine that the benefits are like being able to travel and have the freedom to
that's the best benefit.
Yeah, because you can work whenever you want, kind of, and you can just live a lifestyle that you want to live. Yeah. What would you say are the worst parts of the job?
I think like I've had men like subscribe to my profile and like give me abuse. Like they've paid to like make sure that I see that they've given me abuse.
That's weird.
It just like I get horrible comments all the time, like especially on TikTok. TikTok's the worst. But I would say that's the only downfall really.
That's all right.
Everything else is like the best that you can get really, isn't it? Like good money, like all the time that you could ever imagine.
Is the community
from your
pretty
phone. The community is amazing.
Yeah.
I put this on my story the other day because I lost my Instagram account, and like every single girl that like messaged me and was like, are you okay? Like I'll share your new Instagram. And I just thought like, this is so nice. Like girls are just so supportive. You'd think it was like a really bitchy industry, but it's really not.
Is it a small community then? Like, or it's not a small community, but like everyone kind of knows of each other?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah. Obviously I don't know every single sex worker, but you know, like obviously girls collab with each other and then they're friends, and then that's a friend of a friend, and you know everybody kind of does know each other, at least like, you know, the big names or whatever. But yeah, it's just such an amazing community. The girls are just so nice. Like we're just normal girls. Like people forget that we're just normal.
I think that's like I said, especially coming from a guy's perspective. Like I know there's such a stereotype on like people that do OnlyFans, like immediately like to look down on people for like no reason. It's so weird. I think a lot of it comes down to number one, obviously immaturity.
Oh yeah,
because the older I've gotten as well, like the more you become at peace with who you are and not giving a fuck about what anyone thinks. But like sometimes I can imagine there'll be a lot of girls that will be starting an OnlyFans that will be probably younger and have those insecurities of, you know, what are people going to think of me? What sort of advice could you give to people that are like wanting to start?
Do you know what? The one thing I would say is just think about it. Just think about it long and hard, and that is definitely what you want to do, because you will lose friends, 100%. People, you know, the dating scene is a million times harder. It's so hard to find someone that really accepts, and then they say they'll accept you, and then the months down the line they're just like, oh, you know, I can't do this.
So is that what I can imagine a lot of people like standoffish?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Like people view you completely differently, and that will be with you, like, you know, for a long time. Do
you think that's something that like, because the way I'd see it, like I'm totally okay with like dating people that do it, because like I said, I've grown up to be like, do you know what, mate, you're making money at the end of the day. Like as long as you're happy, that's literally all that matters. And people choose their own ways to fucking people sell drugs and make loads of money. Do you know what I mean? People sell cracks. That's like, who the fuck am I to judge you for what you do? But the one thing that I'd be wary of, like, I don't know, like, when you wanted to have a family and stuff, does that come in the back of your mind?
Yeah,
do you think about that sort of stuff?
of course. Like what if you do have kids, what they're gonna think, and it'll definitely come up, because you know what kids are like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'll always be there. This is like, you know, you can't just
my bad. Sorry, Jacob.
Yeah, it will always be there. That's what you have to think about. It's so long and hard, and obviously coming from being a stripper as well, that there's no evidence of that.
Yeah,
they'll you know, when I have kids, I choose to tell them. Not the internet. You know, so it was a big jump. Yeah, it's just it's so difficult to maintain relationships when you have an OnlyFans.
Is it the trust side of things, or do you think it's the fact that you just do the job? Like, what do you think is?
I don't know. I know the thing is as well. Like, I'm always on my phone. I'm always doing something. Like, I can't give you my attention 100% of the time, like other girls would, I suppose. Like, you know, if I've had a full day content creating and doing videos and stuff, I don't really want to like have sex with you at night.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a bit tired. So, you know, but
do you think as, you know, the business has gotten bigger, it's like as a generation, I think people have become a lot more accepting. Like, I was thinking as well, mate, sex work has been around for fucking hundreds of years. Like prostitution and all that sort of stuff. So it's not like this is like a new thing. Like, it's just a new form of it.
I think OnlyFans has just really blown up, isn't it? Like the past couple of years. But yeah, it has definitely always been there.
What do you think it was that made OnlyFans pop so?
I think maybe like even just lockdown. Like lockdown was so good for so many girls. And I think now it's really starting to settle down. People are a bit like, shit, what have I done, sort of thing. Yeah,
it's a big decision. Like, I think like I said, you got to think about it a lot, because I think I can imagine at least there'll be a lot of people that'll just think, you know, very short-sighted, I can just make some money without thinking about, you know, the long-term effects of like I say, like relationships and that sort of stuff. And yeah, it's weird. I don't understand the whole giving abuse to to girls. Like
men get so pressed as well.
It's so like strange though.
It's like their full-time job to just be nasty to girls. It's so weird.
It's like, have you not got anything better to do?
Literally,
like,
yeah.
Fucking embarrassing. And I bet you they're the fucking same guys that'll probably create another account.
Oh yeah,
and then be like all sucking you off. Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
How many people on OnlyFans do you reckon are like unknown users just to hide it? I think it's a lot of them, surely.
Yeah, I think so. Like some girls just have like pages, but obviously, you know,
mate,
the thing
if I was a girl, right, I don't know if I would do OnlyFans, but I would definitely be getting my feet out.
Oh yeah,
100%,
feet. I love
mate.
feet. Yeah,
mate,
feet are vibes.
So easy. That's like the easiest money I could think you could make. Fucking hell. I'll even get my bird, get her toes out. That's all right.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it depends how much money you want to make, really, isn't it? The idea of OnlyFans is it's personal, so like, I feel like you kind of do have to show your face, but
well, there are people that have done it that.
Oh yeah, those people, they're successful people. Yeah, definitely.
But I can imagine that only limits you to a certain
There's
amount.
a lot of girls that like wear masks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like them little fancy thing. I don't know.
Oh, I was gonna thought it meant like a COVID mask. I was like, what do you mean? It's a bit weird. Where do you think the future of like the sex industry is going? Because like the way I see, you know how technology is getting so crazy with AI and that. I feel like a load of people are going to start going towards, you know, like sex robots or like.
Probably.
Do you think prostitution will become legal as well? I think.
Well, it already is, right? It's in Leeds, so it's legal, isn't it?
Oh, on
like a certain part.
Oh, yeah.
What's it called? Holbeck.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that might have been. I think it was decriminalised, but I think it might have been made illegal again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a documentary on it. It's fucking
I think
rough,
I've watched
mate.
it. Yeah.
It's rough, honestly. Go
woman.
search it on YouTube. It's fucking rough. But I've like, Holbeck is literally like, if you're driving in towards the Leeds City Centre, like it's literally like the town before.
Yeah, I think I've drove past it before.
Mate, it's scruffy ends.
Yeah, when it was like at night, I was a bit scared.
Yeah, there was, there's just like no, like I think they made it legal, but then they didn't really facilitate anything. Like, there was no support for, and that's also another thing, like, is there any support for people in the sex industry? Or it doesn't feel like there is from an outsider's perspective.
I mean, not really. No, I wouldn't say no. That's quite I don't think there is. Because
as well, I can imagine, especially like I said, if OnlyFans, their communication is so poor.
Yeah.
There is some sort of a responsibility OnlyFans have to take in it, especially how big it is.
Yeah.
I can imagine there's some fucked up people.
I know that Miami and Pocket Stars both have like a person that you can message, like a support.
But it's a bit long to get around. It's like
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I've obviously not used it, but I mean, those platforms have it. OnlyFans definitely don't. They can't even get back to you about like the 10 grand that they owe you. So like, they're definitely not helping you. Like,
do they hold money back from you?
No, not from me. I've always had quite good payments, actually, to be fair. But I know a lot of girls have issues with it.
Do you think there's more money to be made, like in just plain simple, you know, $10 a month, or does the money come from the tips and like the exclusive content?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely extra. That's why some girls, it's like $3. It's like £2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's like, it was because they push content, push, try and make as much money out of the PPV as they can. And even now they do like free subscriptions to their page, so they can like push the
offer as well. It's just
the
like,
extra on you. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so. You know, obviously, OnlyFans, you've got to have a subscription. You market yourself on Instagram and TikTok. I know that Instagram and TikTok, case in point, you had your Instagram account taken down, and then TikTok, I know. I don't have TikTok, but I know there's like
it's so easy to get on TikTok. Well,
surely that's like there should be an alternative for you guys, because if you've got like 70,000 followers, right? So if that page gets permanently deleted, that's a lot of business that you got to fucking rebuild again. I think, and I've known of a couple of girls that have gotten to a big level, and it's just
like Elle. She had what was it? I think it was like maybe 90k, 100k, something like that, just gone. Like Twitter went to 500,000, gone.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, just gone into thin air, and then obviously she's got it back now, but
not for no.
And that was her main source of income, innit? Like,
yeah, because that's what you can't. If you can only promote to, if you've got an OnlyFans, you can promote to people that are on them. But the aim is to always obviously expand and get different.
Yeah.
Where do you think OnlyFans will go? Do you think it will eventually die off or not? With how many people that are on there?
Never.
Do you not think?
I don't think so, no. Maybe not never, but definitely not in the next 10 years.
Yeah, not now. Next 10 years, you reckon?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like a really personal experience that like people really enjoy. Obviously, like look how much money is to be made out of it, you know? Porn doesn't really cut it anymore, I don't think.
I think a lot of porn is just so fake.
And it's so unethical.
Yeah.
Like if you really deep how unethical porn is,
mate,
like
I think there's a lot of
fucking disgusting.
A lot of the porn networks, like they're all linked to like sex trafficking.
Oh yeah,
all
definitely.
all
Yeah,
you
don't know if that girl wants to be there or not.
Yeah,
whereas with OnlyFans, you can guarantee that that's a safe space and that girl really wants to be there, right?
100%. It's mate, the world's fucked.
Oh, it's mate, like when you actually like look into it deeper, yeah,
like
it's
the
awful.
whole Epstein and
it's awful.
Oh mate,
awful. And like I know Pornhub did that thing where they took down all the child porn, or what was it, without release forms or something.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And they took down like half of a Pornhub, like, do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah, because there's all the people you think that are like hype and like corporate businesses. Like I know there's definitely loads of high end agency modeling agencies, that will like literally traffic girls all through. In Malta as well, like
definitely.
In Malta, which is where I'm from, there's literally like a strip called Portugal, which is just like, it's kind of like, I've never been to Iron Up, but I get the feeling like it's kind of like a shitload.
Strip.
Yeah. Just like full of bars, bars and strip clubs. And all the girls that are there, like, are all like Eastern European. They all look like they fucking don't want to be there. Like they're all, like it's really just sad, such a and the way it's run as well. Like I know that all those clubs, they're all run by mafia basically. Yeah. Like the guy that owned basically half of the place got stabbed a couple of years ago to death by the Serbian mafia. So it's like all that shit is so like when you see it with your own eyes, it's like
it's crazy.
Because people don't like you don't deep it unless
you don't, and you don't think about it. You definitely you wouldn't go into Pornhub and think, oh, is that girl safe? Like, is she where she wants to be? Like, is she of age? Is she nobody thinks about it, and that's what's so bad about it, I think.
So OnlyFans is pretty safe then.
Yeah, like everyone has to go through like ID checks.
So is that so when you sign up, you've got to go through ID? Do you have just basically ID confirmed?
Yeah, so you've got to put in like your passport or your driving license, whatever, to make sure that you're of age.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's like signing up for a bank.
Yeah, and then like if you work with other creators, you have to sign like a model release form.
Oh yeah.
So both parties are then consenting to what they're doing.
I had a little brain fart then. It was one of the questions I completely forgot what I wanted to ask. What is one of the weirdest experiences you've had through OnlyFans? Or it could be something else apart from OnlyFans, but I'm sure there's some weird guys.
Yeah, there's been some weird ones. What do you mean, like a request?
Yeah.
I used to have this guy that really used to like my armpits, and he used to pay me like £100 like for pictures of my armpits.
What?
Yeah, he really loved them.
£100 for an armpit picture? Fucking hell.
Yeah,
see, that's like an easy side of the job, surely.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't happen, often. Yeah. And you have to like really build up relationships like that. I have guys that just send me money for like nothing really, just for being their friends.
Wow, mate, it's kind of sad. It's not kind of sad, but there is certain elements of it. I can imagine, like as a guy, like if you're that lonely, you just having to pay. Obviously,
I don't think it's loneliness though. I think people like actually enjoy it. Like,
they get like a kick out of it.
Yeah, because like I even have this one guy that's actually really good looking.
Yeah.
And he's really young. I think he's like 24. And he just likes it. He just enjoys.
Just likes giving you money.
Yeah,
Fair enough. I mean, if you've got the money.
And like he could go out and pull whoever he wanted, like guaranteed.
And he messaged you through OnlyFans?
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all
he
right.
won't sign up.
So wait, he won't sign up to but he'll just pay you?
Yeah, he'll just give me money, yeah.
Makes sense.
Bless him.
So have no other really weird requests then, apart from like...
there's probably loads, but I can't think of it. I've had like really weird guys come into the strip club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That seedy.
Like wanting me to like stamp on their face, like stamp on their balls.
Shit on their stomach, shit like that. Fucking hell. Mate, some guys, bro, you're too fruity, man.
Yeah.
So weird, bro. Why'd you want all that, man? Fuck that.
One guy was like, gave me like, I think it was like a t-shirt or something. He was like, go in the back room and wipe your armpits with it. And then come back out and it was like in a VIP room and he was like just sniffing it.
What? Bro, some people are fucking hell.
I know.
Imagine like like mate, if I'm just imagine if I found out my son, right, was paying a bird to fucking wipe their armpit and sniff it, I'd be like, lad, and what the fuck are you doing?
And like, they're not cheap. Like a VIP room could be like upwards of like £500, you know. It's just
wow.
like, and this is like it's like a club, right? A strip club.
Yeah. Did you work in any strip clubs in the UK, or was it just?
Yeah. So I worked in Newcastle, Fiore's only. I've worked in Hull. I've worked in York.
Do you think you prefer your would you like, not obviously the money is obviously a lot better with OnlyFans, but do you prefer stripping to doing OnlyFans?
It's really hard because I actually want to go back to stripping because it's just so fun. Like, it's just like a night out with your girls and you make loads of money. Like, it's really fun, but it's really bad for your mental health.
Is it?
Yeah, really bad.
What's so bad
it's
about it?
It's like, because like you're getting rejected and like men speaking to you like shit and you're just drinking all the time and it's just
a toxic environment.
Yeah, and like I think if you do it, you need to just go and not drink and really have a strong mind. But unfortunately, I just like having fun.
Yeah, a lot easier said than done. As well, I can imagine in strip clubs, there's that tradition of, again, just even the way, like, were the way they treated like all the employees, like, was it still like kind of very objective? What's the word? When you get objectified?
I wouldn't say the staff, but definitely the customers. Yeah.
Customers, yeah.
Yeah, because like men will come in there and they'll be like, "I'm gonna treat this girl like shit for 20 quid, and she's gonna love it." Like, and I'm like, "Babes, come on, 20 quid's like, sit down and just look, just shut your mouth."
Oh my god, some guys get really cheeky now. They think they.
Oh yeah. They literally think they're like some mafia gangster, like sat there with a stripper, like, like hen.
Oh, they've literally got like fucking £10.
Yeah. They've just withdrawn their last 40 quid out. Yeah.
Fucking hell. See, that's what's sad. So, did like with COVID and that, like, was your mental health like affected with like everything, or? Do
you know what? It actually made me work a lot harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the money was so good because obviously everyone's at home, like everyone's bored. A lot more people were subscribing. And then, like, kind of when the clubs and stuff opened back up, it kind of just went, like, really dipped.
What, when everything opened up again?
Yeah, so I think that's when it was a bit harder for me, yeah. Because I wanted to go out as well, of course, you know, so I wasn't working as hard, so my money was dropping. And I was a bit like, shit, I need to like get my life together. But then on the other hand, I was like, well, nah, I've been in for like a year. I want to go out and have fun. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of just like, it's like devil and angel, like going at me. Like,
it's so hard that like I'm still young as well. Like there's so many times where I just get so obsessive with thinking, I want to make it now.
You want to be successful.
Yeah, but then at the same time, like you sit back and think, like I don't want to get to like 30 and then like obviously I would be happy that I got to where I wanted to be, but then like thinking, I wasted a lot of freedom.
Definitely.
Like I don't want to have kids until I'm like 30 minimum. So like the thought of maybe rushing into a job too soon, but it's just because of how eager you are to make it.
Yeah, it is.
But it's so easy to just fall into the trap of just, you know, because there's a lot of social media as well. Social media doesn't help because
definitely
you go on Instagram and you see all these people with fucking a fake life that are like probably with rented fucking cars, living a fucking, going on all these holidays. You think, oh fucking, I want that. Like, even though consciously you may be thinking, I know, like subconsciously you're still deep in it. You're still gonna be,
100%.
Like, I want that. So there's just so many, not trends, but
it's all a lie. Like Instagram's a lie. Fake. Like like it's just all a lie. Everything.
It's so toxic, man. Like
it's just to show off, isn't it?
Do you know
I do it. Like I only really post stuff that I want to be seen. Yeah, you know? It's not.
I think I used to be a lot worse for it, and then. Do you know what? Last year I deleted all my social media for like a week. And like I just said, if anyone wants to contact me, just like message me.
Yeah.
And like after doing a week of nothing, like you come out of it like this and you're like, fucking hell, everyone is so sucked into their phone. It's crazy.
Really?
Like, that's what I took away from. Like I've not got, obviously my screen time is probably still like 6-7 hours, which is probably still a bit too much for what I want.
Yeah.
But
it's ridiculous, isn't it? Sometimes you're like,
but like I turn off all my notifications, so I don't have any notifications turned on. And just like a small, simple thing like that, mate. Like not having notification on your phone releases so much anxiety that I just didn't have, because when you're constantly being fucking contacted and fucking come back on the phone, you don't realize, but you get so much anxiety from it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And your phone's always in your hand, like I'm glued to it all the time.
The worst part about it is everyone's life now is literally revolved around it.
Oh yeah,
so like,
how many likes you're getting, how many followers you've got. Yeah, definitely.
And like I said, even if you don't want to be that guy that's like deep in it subconsciously.
Yeah,
you're
you
going
already
deep in it.
are.
Like I can sit here and say, oh yeah, I don't look at my likes and I don't, but like it's a lie.
Of course you do.
Everyone
of course
does.
you do.
Everyone
Who's viewed your
does.
story?
Yeah.
Who's yes.
Everyone's a nosy fucker.
Yeah, brother. My friend's actually has just done a month. She did like from December to January.
No social media.
My friend Rose, yeah, and she's an OnlyFans girl, but she was like messaging me the other day, and she was like, "I've never felt this good in my life." She was like.
Probably more productive as well.
Oh yeah, she was like, I would do everything I would usually do just without looking at my phone, like, because sometimes I can sit there, like, especially on TikTok, you know.
Oh mate,
and you're like,
that's the one reason I've not got TikTok, because
it's
I just
so
know,
addictive. It's ridiculous.
Know. The thing is that I know that like TikTok is really good to promote yourself.
Yeah, it is. It's like the best platform, hands down.
I know, and that should be fucking
hands down.
I just don't want to be scrolling like that.
And you have to like scroll because you have to know what the trends are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like you have to be on TikTok to know how to work TikTok, if you know what I'm saying.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
It's like we're definitely entering like we are in a Black Mirror episode.
Oh yeah, definitely. They've done that thing in China, haven't they? Like a point system. The
Chinese social credit system.
Fucked.
Yeah. Well, mate, this is the thing that I like. Everyone was so quick over when lockdown happened last year and stuff to, you know, box people up that didn't think of, like, people that didn't believe in what was going on, basically, people that didn't want to believe the rules. Everyone was so quick to just, you know, bash them and put them in a corner and be like, oh, you're a crazy wacky conspiracy theorist. Like, I'm not going to believe you. But like, think to where we are now, like, our government is such a mockery. Like, people are just like finally opening up to
like
us. Like,
one rule for one, rule like for the other. Like, what's going on?
Mate, the world is shithole. It's so depressing to think about. That's why I just want to fucking be rich. Be rich and then you can no issues. Well, not no issues, but
money doesn't solve everything though.
Nah, not everything. I mean, it can solve a lot of things though.
Yeah.
It can solve a lot of
like
things.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
Mental health isn't one of them though.
Yeah. I just want to be able to have that freedom, like when I'm older. Like, I want to fucking either retire in Italy somewhere.
Yeah.
By the coast, learn Italian, just speak.
Yeah.
Cook bare nice Italian food.
Yeah.
Or else if shit
Pasta.
if shit goes really west, get a massive farm, grow loads of weed and mushrooms.
That's what I want to do. Just get loads of dogs.
Yeah.
Just have nobody around me ever.
Mate, you could literally just live off of your farm.
Yeah.
Mushrooms, weed, like animals. Can't go wrong. Where do you see yourself like in the next couple of years then?
Such a hard question. I hate that question. I think hopefully like.
Okay, right. I'll rephrase it. Right.
Okay.
Where do you want your life to be in a personal way in a couple of years? But where do you want the business side of things to go?
I'd really like to.
Have you got any like goals that you're like looking to achieve? Or?
I really want to travel a lot more. I would really want to go to Australia. I want to experience different things. Like I've never ever been that girl that's like, I want to like get married at this time and I want kids when I'm this age. Like, I just want fun and experience.
Yeah, 100%.
Still at 25. Like, I thought I'd grow out of it, but I haven't.
Australia looks beautiful, but there's a lot of mad shit going on in Australia.
Yeah.
Do you know what's mad? You saying like 25 and being still showing it. It's so crazy how like our grandparents' generation isn't even that long ago. Like what? Like 60 years, 60, 70 years. And their generation was literally settle down, 18,
it's crazy
married,
though,
get a house, and like our generation is so much, like I much prefer it now. Fucking
hell.
yeah,
Definitely.
So
like,
much less stress.
The amount
like,
of stuff that we get to experience. Like even my mum said to me the other day when I went home for Christmas, she was like, I had 2 kids when I was your age, and I was like, fucking hell, Jesus, how
my mum told me
that?
the other day that it's like she was my age when she met my dad. I'm like,
ugh,
sound
grim.
I don't want that, mate. I've never had a relationship. I'm fucking
really.
I'm 22, never had a relationship. I think it's a blessing in disguise, though. To be fair, because like I moved country.
Yeah,
when
that's
I was
it.
18,
when you travel, it's really difficult.
And I've had such a fucking sick time like the last 4.5 years. And like not having, obviously, it's nice to have someone there. Don't get me wrong, but the freedom you get when you're single is just next level. And I know too many people that are in like relationships that don't work, or like it's just I just look from an outside. I'm like, fuck it, I'm so glad I'm not.
But when you get one and you have a bad one, it'll like put you off life.
Yeah,
that's what I feel like happens to me.
Were you in a long relationship?
Yeah, I was in a relationship for like 3 years.
Fucking hell, it's a long time, you know.
And it's just, and now I'm just like, oh
yeah,
God. I just want to like have fun and like do what I want. Like I've got my own like little flats, all mine. Like everything's
do you live
mine.
in Milton Keynes?
Yeah, Milton Keynes. Yeah.
So you want to go traveling more?
Definitely.
Where else apart from Australia?
Maybe like Mexico.
Mexico, yeah.
Yeah, I'd really like to do because my dad's South African, so I'd really like to like maybe do like Egypt and following
Oh,
way
mate,
down
I'd
to
love
South
to go
Africa, but I
Egypt.
think it's too dangerous. Like, I bet that's obviously
It's a bit
something
of risk,
maybe.
though. It's a bit of fun.
It is. It is.
Do you know what? That's the one thing I take so for granted being a lad. Like traveling for a woman.
Oh yeah, like
is
I could
so
never do it
different.
alone ever.
Yeah,
like, never.
no, it's so different.
No.
So travel, few countries, go see some more places you've not seen.
Yeah.
What about the business side of things? Like, do you have any aspirations to where you want your page to be, or do you just kind of just go with the flow and just whatever happens?
Yeah,
happens?
I'd really like to like grow my TikTok and grow my OnlyFans. Maybe like I don't think I could ever do YouTube.
Nah, you should do a podcast.
Do you reckon?
Get like
get like all my friends on.
Yeah, there's an American podcast, and I forget what it's called. Jacob, you might be able to find it, but it's like these. I think there's 2 or 3 girls, and they all do OnlyFans.
Is it Call Me Daddy?
I think it's Call Me Daddy. Yeah. That's really it's really popular. That's got like because there's not really many like pure female podcasts.
That's very true actually. Yeah, there's
especially in the UK.
I feel like I've got very big sister energy. Like I have a lot of like friends that are like, you're like my big sister. Yeah.
Have you got any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, there's 5 of us.
5 of you, right?
Yeah. And I've got 2 stepbrothers and a stepsister too, so we're quite a big family.
That's a big what?
Yeah.
2 stepbrothers, like is that included in the 5 or like?
So
5,
like my stepdad's kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been like with your brothers and sisters? Like
so I'm the second eldest.
Second eldest.
Yeah, my biggest sister's 27.
I'm one of 6.
Really?
Yeah, my dad has 6 kids with 3 women.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you all really close?
Nah, not really, to be honest. It's a bit of a shame, but the age difference is so big.
Really?
Like,
yeah.
My eldest sister's Ellen. She's like 33.
Oh, really?
Never
That
really
is a big
spoke to her,
difference.
yeah. And then my sister Sylvie. I'm close with my sister Sylvie. She's like 31. My brother Alex, he's like 29. Don't speak to
Are
him.
you the youngest?
Nah, I'm the fourth.
Oh,
youngest.
okay.
Yeah. Then there's me, and then there's my brother who's 19. He's like the only full brother I've got. Everyone else is half siblings. Because my dad had 3 kids with his first wife. Married her, by the way. Like legit met her to marry her in 2 weeks.
Really?
From 2 weeks, he married her.
That's the kind of thing I want. I'm like in or nothing.
Oh mate, my dad had a fucking mad life, to be honest. And then my little sister, she's only 10. So like 10 to 33.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a big age difference.
Yeah.
Also different as well.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Like my oldest sister's got like 2 kids. She lives in Wales, and then my younger sister has a kid as well. And she's like working a good job and stuff. And I'm just like here, just like vibing,
mate,
just traveling the world. Like they never see me. I'm just like
I literally went home.
like the black sheep.
I went home at Christmas, and that was the first time I went home in a year, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just boring, isn't it? Yeah.
Like I don't like where I grew up. Like I appreciate the beauty of the place. It's fucking hell, so nice.
Yeah.
Like living in Leeds for 4.5 years and like rough shoes.
Yeah.
It makes you
jungle.
appreciate things a lot more. But I can never live back home, I don't think.
Nah.
Like I feel like
once you move
home,
to a city, there's no chance you can move back.
It's like
home.
taking a backward step. Like I could never think of moving back at home, and the whole independence thing as well. But yeah, that's really it for me, I think, to be honest. Guys, have you got any questions? Yeah.
Well, I'm the host now.
Well, I always like putting some external input.
Wow, now that you put me on the spot, I know.
Cool, no question.
I've done a few OnlyFans podcasts, to be fair. So
Really?
surely I should have some.
What would you say is like the difference? Do you think there's a difference in people that like? Because I feel like there's loads of different type of creators out there. Aren't
Oh
there?
yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
Because of different niche markets.
Some people love just the money side of it.
Yeah.
Some people love actually doing it.
Yeah.
It's like just a benefit.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you're like, oh, I'm not really that asked about doing it. It's just like.
Yeah. But I think if because I obviously don't do content with like with a boyfriend or a husband, and I think when girls have that element, like when they're like doing it with a partner or with their husband or whatever, I think it's more like interesting or more because they'll both push each other, and it would like. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I can imagine as well. It kind of will
like,
build the bond a bit stronger.
Yeah. Like with me, it's only me that motivates myself. Do you know what I mean?
Do you not do any collabs with anyone else?
I do with girls. Yeah. I really enjoy it, actually. I love working with girls. I love that. That is my favourite thing to do.
Does it make it better? Is it just because you're not alone, or like what makes it so good?
I don't know. I like having sex with girls anyway. So, but I think it's just like the friendships that you get out of it as well. Like you're always like, I've just licked your pussy, but like you're my best friend now. Like, and we're like going out clubbing.
Mate, that's a good relationship.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's really it for me. Thank you for coming on, Beth, because
That's okay.
I appreciate it. You literally I literally asked you and didn't even think I'd get a reply, and you were like, yeah,
oh, really?
fuck it. Yeah. So
no, it's been fun.
big up to Beth. Again, big up to Jacob and Ben in the back. 2022, the podcast has got big things. Got some cool stuff lined up. So keep an eye peeled, mate. And all love to everyone as always. Have a good time. Peace.